Hey y'all, it's your girl LaCrystal and I'm back with another video. Hey. Alright, that was extra, but I am back with another video. And as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about a breakup that I had when I was like 14. And I know what some of y'all thinking. What you know about love at 14? But trust me, I felt like I was in love and I felt like I went through a lot. So if you want to hear about it, just stick around. Alright, before we get into this video, y'all, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video and don't forget to comment below, okay? And also hit that notification bell so you won't miss any content, all right? Okay, so when I was like 14, I want to say 13 or 14. And I was with this guy, like he moved from a different state and he came to my school, he came to my middle school. And at the time, I think I was like in 7th grade when he first came. I liked him, but I didn't like him because he was like ugly but cute. Like I ain't trying to call names, but that's how I felt at the time. I was like, he ugly but he cute. You know what I'm saying? But as time went by, I'm like, okay, he cute. So we started liking each other. I don't remember how we hooked up. Like I was hoping I remember that part, but I don't remember how we hooked up. And when we got together, I just automatically became jealous. Like I don't even know where it came from. Like I just became jealous. I didn't want him talking to other girls. I didn't want him to do nothing involving another girl. Like I really did like him. So we kicked it off. I want to say 8th grade year, because 7th grade year we was like just playing games. Like we liked each other, but we was playing games. So my 8th grade year, we kicked it off. We started dating or whatever, and I remember the month we hooked up. We hooked up in May. And, you know, school let out in June, at least in Virginia. School lets out in June. So, school let out, and I was like, dang, man, how I'm going to see him? How are we going to carry on this relationship? Luckily, I had my homegirl who I've been friends with since I was 6 years old. And we're still friends to this day, best friends, sisters, to this day. Like, I loved going to her house because I can get away with murder over there. Like, my parents were strict, so her house is like my escape place, you know, to go to when I want to be myself and hang out with friends and talk to boys on the phone, stuff like that. So we just gonna call her Petty for this video because she can't be petty. So I'm at Petty house or whatever, and I'm like, you know what? I want, let's call him Boom Shakalaka. I'm like, I want Boom Shakalaka to come over here. I was like, I want Boom Shakalaka to come over here because, I mean, your parents seem cool. And, you know, I wasn't grown back then. I wasn't having, how about this? I wasn't doing stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing. All I did was like, I liked boys, you know? So her parents let Boom Shakalaka come over there. And this fool, I hate to call him that because he's cool now, but he bought me a name belt with his name on it. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'll rock that. I'm young and dumb. Really gonna rock something with another dude name on it? I rocked the belt or whatever. Because we used to go to Busch Gardens together. So I rocked the belt or whatever. And that was another thing. We always went to Busch Gardens. Me, Petty, and Boom Shakalaka always went to Busch Gardens together. And Petty was always the third wheel. But we didn't make her feel like that because her and Boom Shakalaka was real cool. So it's like, okay, we good. So we always went to the to Busch Gardens, and it was just fun. It felt adventurous. Like I felt like I was really in love, like on a date type stuff. You know, like I felt like I was on a date. So we all just got along well. Like it was so fun. Like this thing about it made me smile. It was so fun. So one day I was at my friend Petty house, and you know, like I said, I'm cool with her family and everything. I'm cool with her. I grew up with her. So her family, I call them aunts, uncles, the whole 9 yards, mom, dad. I never called them anything, but I should have been calling them mom and dad because they were my second mom and dad. So we went to, I think she had a family reunion coming up or something. And my church also had, family and friends day coming up, and I don't know why this random gut feeling came to me, and this random thought came to me like, oh my gosh, he gonna cheat on me at that family and friends thing. And I'm like, why am I thinking that? So my aunt calls my mom. She's like, yeah, we're going to family and friends, and you know, we're taking the kids and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, something ain't right, like he gonna cheat on me. So I didn't care. I wanted to go out of town with Petty. So me and Petty went out of town, you know, to see her family, which is very far, not very far, but like an hour or something away, 45 minutes to an hour away from where I stay. But as a child, it felt like a long way, you know, in the car all that time. So we went out of town, and another boy called me. Like, I grew up with him too. For this purpose, I'm gonna call him Big Worm. I'm sorry, for this video, I'm gonna call him Big Worm. So me and Big Worm all on the phone, and it's me, Petty, and me and Big Worm was on the phone, and Petty was in the room with us, and we had him on speakerphone. We was just talking to him, because we grew up with him, so we just talking to him. Like, we really felt like we had our own lives going on. Like, you would think that we had our own place, and it was just crazy. Like, we really had our own thing going on, like just a teenage world, living the life, living the dream. So okay, so Big Worm apparently, because he grew up right across the, how can you say it? I don't want to say right across the street, but you might as well say right across the street. But I can see his house out my window, you know what I'm saying? So, but it was all in the same vicinity, like, whatever, cul-de-sac. It was all in the same area. So, yeah, so he apparently, anyways, back to the story. Apparently, Big Worm went to the family union. I mean, not the family union, the Family and Friends Day. So he called me when I got to, not when I got there, but maybe the second night after I had just talked to Boom Shakalaka. Big Worm called me. He was like, I just want you to know Big Shakalaka kissed another girl at the Family and Friends thing. And I'm like, you gotta be lying. Like, you gotta be lying. He wouldn't do that. And in the back of my head, I'm like, oh my God, I had that feeling. But I didn't want nobody to know. I never even told Petty. I never even told her that, hey, I have this feeling that he's going to cheat on me. I never even told her because she didn't have boyfriends around that time, so she didn't really understand. Like, she didn't care what I went through. I love you to death, girl, but you did not care. Let's be honest. So, at that time, I ain't tripped because I didn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. So, mind you, like I just mentioned, I was not allowed to talk to boys. I was not allowed to deal with boys. I was not even allowed to look at boys. I wasn't allowed to do nothing concerning boys, period. Excuse me. So, can I tell you why? When I was chilling, me and Petty, I don't know what we was doing, but my mom called, I think, Petty's grandma's phone. We was at her grandma's house while we was out of town. So, my mom called her phone. She was like, yeah, I want you to know your boyfriend cheated on you. And mind you, this is coming from my mother. I'm not even supposed to have boyfriends. Like, I'm not supposed to be talking to boys, period. I'm nothing but like 14 years old. Or, yeah, I think I was 14. And she calls me and tell me, yeah, your boyfriend cheating on you. Your uncle saw him kiss another girl, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what in the world? Like, how does this work out? I ain't even supposed to have a boyfriend, and you called me to tell me that my boyfriend cheating on me? So I told Patty, I'm like, look, Patty, my mom just called me and told me that Boom Shakalaka was caught kissing another girl. My uncle found him. And she's just as shocked as I am. And she's like, girl, how? You're not even supposed to have boyfriends. Like, why is she calling you? How's she gonna call you and tell you that? I said, exactly. I said, you know what? I'm about to call Boom Shakalaka right now because I actually had talked to him and I asked him if he did anything that he wasn't supposed to do. And he told me no. And he had his friend in the background. I'm not even gonna mention his name. But he had his friend in the background. And so I called Boom Shakalaka again. I'm like, look, I done heard from somebody, because I didn't want to tell him Big Worm told me because I didn't want to, start no stuff. So I was like, somebody told me you kissed a girl at the playground. I said, even my mom called me to tell me that my uncle saw her, and saw you do it. My uncle told her, and my mom was there too, so she probably seen it too. You never know. I said, so what's going on? And he was like, man, I ain't kiss nobody else, man. I ain't do that. I said, Boom Shakalaka. Boom Shakalaka. You lying. You is lying because my mom would not lie to me. My uncle told her. So I know that you told. Hold on, y'all. I got to sneeze. I bit my tongue when I sneeze. Okay. So, hold on. I got to blow my nose. All right. So, I was like, Boom Shakalaka, just tell the truth, because everybody's telling me that you kissed another girl. I said, my own mother is telling me. Mind you, I'm not supposed to be dating you. She think I'm too young for a boyfriend, so tell me the truth. And he kept on saying, man, I ain't do it. But his unloyal friend got on that phone. I'm about to say we was all on three-way, but no. His friend was over his house. His friend snatched the phone from him, and he was like, yeah, he kissed her. Yeah, he kissed her. But it was peer pressure. I made him do it. And Shaquana made him do it. Shaquana, I ain't gonna say her name, but that's my cousin. And she went against me and had him kiss her too. Like, they all dared him to do it. He said he didn't want to do it. They said, if you don't do it, you're a punk. And you know how we are as kids. We want to prove ourselves to people. So he wanted to prove himself and say that he wasn't scared. So he kissed her. So I'm like, all this time I asked you if you did it, and you gonna sit here and lie to me and say you didn't kiss this girl. I said my whole family saw you do it, and you gonna embarrass me like that. I said, you know what? I can't even deal with you right now. So I hung up the phone. And I couldn't get over, like, my whole weekend was ruined. Like, I just wanted to hurry up and go back home. Like, I was so stressed out. I don't even remember the rest of the trip. But I remember when I got back to Petty House, I was talking to Boom Shakalaka. I was like, why did you lie to me? Like, I got on the phone with him. I was like, why did you lie to me? Why didn't you tell me the truth when I asked you when I was out of town? Why you didn't tell me the truth? And he was like, man, it was peer pressure. Like, so-and-so said. It was peer pressure. Like, just blame it on peer pressure. I don't think I ever felt peer pressure to do anything except for maybe cuss when I was like 5 because my friends is doing it and they told me to do it. But I don't really never peer pressure. If I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. I don't care who like it, who don't. But apparently Boom Shakalaka had to prove himself to people that don't want his best interest. I was a good girlfriend. I might have been a little crazy at 14, but I was a good girlfriend. So anyways, I was like, you know what, Boom Shakalaka, I can't deal with this right now. I'm going to call you later. And I was so upset because we done had a good summer. He came to Petty House to see me, bought me the name belt. When I tell you I was so mad, I went outside, I threw that name belt in her backyard, and it's probably still there to this day under dirt because I threw that name belt. I didn't care. The diamonds was falling out anyway. So I threw the name belt, and then I went back in the room, and it just all, like, sat on me. Like, it all weighed on me. You know, I was like, oh my God, he cheated on me. And I thought it was the end of the world. So I was under the blanket crying, like just crying my eyes out, hung up with him crying. And you think Petty be like, girl, it's going to be okay. You're going to find somebody else. I'm under the blanket. Petty going to lift up the blanket and say, why are you crying? And I'm like, girl, can you give me a hug? Can you say everything gonna be okay? Like, and I hope she's watching this video. Can you say something nice? You really gonna say, why are you crying? And the way she said it made me feel dumb for even crying. Why are you crying? Like, really, Petty? Anyways, so I was like, because I love him and he cheating on me. That's how I was talking, because that's how I felt. I was mad. So I tried to be with him. I tried to stay with him. And mind you, by this time, the first day of school was approaching, and I was about to go to high school. So I was like, you know what? I didn't break up with him because back then I was real cute, y'all. Like, I was real pretty back then. Like, for real. So I was like, you know what? I don't have to deal with this. It's going to be high school boys. It's going to be older boys. My fresh tail talking about it's going to be seniors there. So I'm like, forget him. I'm about to just break up with him because I don't trust him anymore. Like, it's crazy. I'm only 14, but I knew what trust was and relationship. I knew all that stuff was. I don't know. I just took it too far. So as far as like really stressing over him, like he's going to be the man in my life. Could have happened, but 9 times out of 10, it doesn't. So yeah, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to break up with him because it ain't even worth it. Like, he cheated on me. He could probably do it again. So I told him, I said, you know what, I don't want to be with you no more. And I forgot what he said, but I know it's something slick, and I just hung up the phone on him. So I felt relieved, but also I felt sad because, you know, I knew him since 7th grade, and we was always cool. And then we finally started, I want to say dating, but we ain't going to, well, we did go to Busch Gardens. That's a date. So we was dating. So, but then I was like, it ain't worth it. So I got my stuff ready, you know, first day of school. I'm still excited to go to school, but I did not want to see him. Like, I was like, man, I hope I don't see him. But of course I'm going to see him. We live in the same area. He probably going to be riding my bus, which I think he did. I don't know. I forgot. But went to school. Can I tell y'all why the first day of school he had a whole girlfriend? I'm like, how this happened? We just broke up like a week ago. Probably less than that. How you got a girlfriend on the first day of school? And I don't even like her to this day for some other stuff. I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, how you have a girlfriend on the first day of school? So I'm just walking around, but you know what? It didn't bother me. It was just like, how did that happen? But it didn't make me sad or make me feel any type of way because I found somebody else. And that's another story that's another story. I ain't gonna get into it. So I found somebody else and I was good. Me and Boom Shakalaka apparently did get cool again. I'm not apparently. Eventually, we did get cool again. Some things happened, and he jumped to my defense, and I will always, what's the word? I will always appreciate him for that to this day because it was a very serious offense that I don't want to mention on here, but he jumped to my rescue. And so that's my story, y'all. That was my heartbreaking relationship. Boom Shakalaka, if you watching this, you ought to be ashamed of yourself because you already knew that I cared about you. And you're going to go ahead and kiss another girl because you felt peer pressured. So they just said, hey, take your eyeballs out. You was going to do that too because you felt peer pressured? Get out of here. That's my story. But the moral of the story is, for all my young girls, for all y'all thinking y'all in a relationship and y'all stressing over it, you have your whole life ahead of you. Don't let these dudes get you off track. Do what you need to do. Stay in school. Get your degree. Get your diploma. First get your diploma, then get your college degree, and do something with your life. Don't worry about these little boys, because eventually they're not even gonna be in your life. So take it from me, all right? Your girl, LaCrystal. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please, I need some more support, y'all. And I need some comments. Give me some feedback. Give me a thumbs up. Shoot, give me a thumbs down if y'all like my videos. Let me know what I need to improve on. Let me know what you like. Let me know what videos you want to see. Let me know something. Engage with me. Let me know. I really want to know. Okay. Okay? Okay. All right, y'all. It's been real. So I shall see y'all in the next video.